I don't care what type of creator you are, there's always going to be some type of sacrifice that you have to make to be successful here on YouTube, or even as a content creator overall. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 3 things that have to be sacrificed in order for you to become a successful content creator. And in all transparency, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow because there's going to be some things in here that surprise you that you need to sacrifice. I've been creating content for 7 years, and to be honest, it hasn't been easy. There are long nights where I had to stay in. I couldn't go and do things with family members. I couldn't even go do things with my friends or even my children, which is only fitting that the first thing that I want to talk about today is the thing that needs to be sacrificed first is your comfort. Your comfort zone is not going to be a place where you can grow. You're going to have to get comfortable being on camera. You're going to have to be comfortable dropping anything that you're doing in the moment when you feel inspired, because that's the moment where your most authentic self is going to come out. When you get that itch, when you get that bug, you have to be able to be uncomfortable, jumping in and doing what you need to do. You're going to have to get uncomfortable financially and even emotionally. When I first started creating content, I had a cell phone rigged up on one of my Tupperwares. I had this mic that was connected. It was probably like $15, and I was terrible at editing. I would zoom so far in on my face, which I may be doing a little bit now, but I was very uncomfortable watching those videos. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've created over maybe 600, 700 videos, and I haven't rewatched those videos once I push publish. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I felt very uncomfortable about rewatching myself on camera. If you're serious about YouTube, that is something you're gonna have to get used to. This is why a lot of people don't grow on YouTube, because they're making content that they like, that they feel comfortable putting out there. The most impactful content is the content that made you feel uncomfortable, made you get out of your comfort zone, and you could care less about approval from other people. The second thing is approval of other people. No one cares as much about your content as you do, to be honest. Like, I'm just being transparent. You may think that you have like this great video, and then you get 2 clicks, you get 2 likes from your cousin and your uncle. That is normal, especially when you're first starting out. You won't build your community until you build trust with your audience. But let's keep it real. If you're doing this to get approval in the first place, there are some deeper issues that need to be worked out, which leads me to the third thing that you need to sacrifice, which was the hardest for me. I had to let the old version of myself die. When I first started creating content, I was coming out of another business. I was working with at-risk youth and mentoring kids, and I was at the peak of my career, the peak of my contract, and I ended up homeless, jobless, with my tail between my legs. So I had a cheat code. This was good for me. You know, this was a recreation of myself. I was rebranding myself as a human being. There was an anime I used to watch with my daughter, and the show was called Full Metal Alchemist. And basically the premise of the show was this law called the law of equivalent exchange, which means that if you want something, you have to sacrifice something of equal or greater value. So what are you willing to sacrifice to reach your YouTube goals? Thank you guys for taking this walk with me today. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.